an interesting lesson that is suitable for all levels. Now, last week we looked at how to use the definite article the with names of places, and I think we learned a lot together. So this week we're going to look at the definite article the with expressions of time. Now, while we're waiting for people to join the class, get ready. I want you to say your name. Tell me a little something interesting about yourself. Tell me about something you have done today or that you plan to do today. For example, this morning, I took a train to London so that I could be here with you today. What have you done? Let's say hello to everybody. Hello, Roshan in Sri Lanka. Good to see you again. Ginny, how am I? I'm very good. Happy to be here. Happy to be with you all. We got hello, Anil. Hiya. We've got Latanya. Welcome back. Good to see you again. So many familiar faces. Hi, everybody. How are you today? Yelin is asking, how am I? Very good. And the weather is still windy and cloudy in the east of England. It's very, very similar down here in London. It's not the best summer day I've ever had, but you've got to have a positive attitude, don't you? Hello from Papua New Guinea and Peru, and from Italy and Kurdistan and Kazakhstan. Hello, everybody. Good to see you too, Sadia. All right then, everybody. Good to see you. Lots of hellos coming in. I can't say hello to all of you, but welcome anyway. Now, today, as I mentioned, we'll be looking at, let's put it like this, the definite article the with expressions of time. Okay, so the definite article the with expressions of time, similar to what we learned last week, but we will build upon last week's lessons. Okay, this is perfect for beginner and intermediate learners, but we've also got some grammar and vocabulary that is perfect for advanced learners too. So something for everyone. We're going to wait another 30 seconds for some more people to join the class, but while we do, I want you to answer this question. Which of these sentences is not correct? Which of them is incorrect? And let's make it nice and big for you. I go shopping on Fridays. I play football on first Friday of the month, or I will travel home on the Friday before your party. So two of them are correct, and one of them is incorrect. What do you think? And we've got lots of people saying what they've done. So Margarita has been walking in the center of my city when you met some friends of yours. Very, very nice. Good start to the day. Nam's got caught the last night train. And we've got your guesses are coming in. 3 says Lika, 2 says Yelin, and Moses says number 1. This is what I love. As you know, when there's a little bit of a mixed bag for answers, when you've got the variety, that means we've got something to learn. 3, on Friday, says Lynn. Anil says, on Friday, ahaha. So I've got a nice variety of answers, and I'm going to show you the answer, and then we're going to spend the lesson looking at 4 different rules that will explain why the answer is the answer. So, drum roll, please. The correct answer, or the answer which is the sentence which is not correct, is number 2. I play football on the first Friday of the month. So there's the missing the. We do not have the definite article. I play football on the first Friday of the month. So 2 is not correct. And in this lesson, we will explain why. So stick around and we'll find out why exactly number 2 is incorrect, and some simple rules that we can use to apply the definite article, the, with expressions of time. Okay, so 4 rules, okay? And we do have, there will be exceptions. And of course, before we jump in, I will remind you that if you are enjoying this lesson, if you find something valuable within this class, you can find a free worksheet which is available in the comment section below. Okay, so rule 1. one of four. In general, we do not use the before the names of days and months. So I'm sure this is something you have studied before. Some examples. She left on Monday. I will watch football on Saturday. My favorite month is May. The weather is good in August. Okay, so let's look at the rule again. We do not use the before the names of days and months. So feel free to make your own examples. Let's have a look. Okay, none coming in yet. So that's fine. So quite a simple rule. Before days or months, no the, but. Okay, there is an exception, and there's two exceptions we're going to look at. The first one is we sometimes use the when we are talking about itineraries, plans, or the order of days. Now, I can see some of you saying, I have a question. I'll look at questions later. So we'll go through the lesson, and I'll take questions as we go along. But we sometimes use the when talking about plans or the order of days, and it becomes more clear when I explain this to you. So I arrived on the Friday and didn't leave until the Monday. Okay, that's one example. And we met each other on the Monday. We went on a date on the Tuesday, and we were married by the Wednesday. Now, this is where it gets interesting for me. This is more advanced level, and we use this to talk about a specific week or specific period of time. So let's pretend I am starting a new job next week, and I will be doing some training for that job. We're talking about a set specific time, 5 days maybe. And I can say on the Monday, we will be meeting each other. On the Tuesday, we will watch a presentation, and on Wednesday, we will practice doing our jobs. Because we're speaking about a limited, specific amount of time, we can think of it as we're reimagining each day of the week as a separate and very different day. And for with each one of these, okay, we're going to refer to it as the. So I start on the Monday. On the Tuesday, we do something different. And on the Wednesday, we are doing a practice. Okay, so I hope that's clear. So let me take any questions from that here. No questions about that quite yet. I'm sure there'll be plenty to come. So in general, no the, but if we're talking about a set period of time, like training, starting a new job, or a memorable and unique time, we can use the. Okay. Elin has added divorced on the Thursday. Okay, nice example. All right. So I have dance lesson on the Wednesday. This is not quite right. So we use this when we only use the when we're talking about a special or unique period of time, something that is different. It is not a normal week, not a normal day. Let's say you are getting married and you are having a holiday, a honeymoon. Let's do a honeymoon. Because it's special and unique, you might say, on the Friday, we fly. On the Saturday, we go to the hotel. And on the Sunday, we have a trip to the island. These are special days, unique days, so we can add the then. Okay, so somebody has said, it's gone here, they've never used this before. So this is not as common. So I've got a guide for you, and I say that if in doubt, leave it out. It is tricky and we use it sometimes, but not always. So it's good to know, but if you're unsure, leave it out. And another exception would be we use the when talking about specific days before or after another date. So unfortunately, we arrived in the US on the Friday after Thanksgiving, or they finished school on the Wednesday before Christmas. So can you see? We're using the when talking about a specific date before or after another date. Okay. So let's have a look. I visited on the Friday and didn't come back. Okay, laughing away. Okay, we got, whoops. Hello, Carlos, welcome. Anil, I'll see you the Thursday of the new week. Very nice example. Okay, so maybe I'll see you Thursday of the new week of term, or I'll see you the Thursday of the new week of work. Yeah, good. Let's have a look. Okay. Are there consecutive actions needed? No, it doesn't have to have consecutive actions. I'm just trying to give you an example, give you some context. Okay. I can say, I will be going on holiday with my best friend in September. We will arrive on the Friday. We'll arrive on the Friday. Do you know, I'm going to change my mind. I think you don't have to use consecutive actions, but we often do to describe a sequence of events or to describe in which part of that sequence it is. So very, very good question, Yuko. And I think the answer is you don't have to, but we often do. Okay, let's take it. Okay, and Drew's got a nice example here. I will see you the Thursday before our graduation. Nice. Okay. Good. Sadia, it's a bit confusing. I totally agree. It is quite difficult, okay? This is quite advanced stuff. So if you're unsure, just drop the keep it simple, and that will be fine. I'm just giving some advanced ideas for those of you who want to push yourself a little bit more. And one last example before we go on. This year, my birthday is on the Friday after Christmas. Lovely, exactly. Very, very good. So actually, lots and lots of good examples coming in. I'm very, very pleased because it is quite difficult, this one. Good. Good job. So, rule number 2, because we've got 4 rules, we have to move on. I'll take some questions at the end. We use the with decades, centuries, and most eras. So here, I love music from the 2000s. Joe wishes she was born in the 80s. Mozart lived in the 18th century, and the Industrial Revolution radically changed the way we work and live. So let's check the rule again. We use the with decades, centuries, and most eras. So decades, 2000s, 70s, 60s, 80s, 20s. With centuries, we can put the 20th century, the 18th century, the 15th century, or an era like the Industrial Revolution. Now, would you like to make your own examples? Okay, get them coming in. And I'll just explain that we use the, even if we say the 90s, the 1990s in numbers, or if we write the 1990s, we can, I've seen a nice example given by my colleague. I'll show it in a second. But regardless of whether it is the 90s, the 1990s, written or the full sentence, we use the. So BBC Learning English started teaching English in the early 1940s. Aha, that's Brian. Sorry, I thought that was a colleague typing it in. Brian, I love the example. Very, very good. The color of your letter threw me off. Good. Okay. So how about this one with Sadia? I got divorced in the 2017. No, because 2017 is a single year. And our rule is decades, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010s, centuries, the 19th, the 20th, the 21st century, or with eras. So not quite. Okay. I was a teenager in the 80s. Lovely. I've been learning English since the 2000s. Perfect. Let's have a look. I wish I could turn back time to the 80s. It was a good time. And I was born in the 90s, and the 1990s is a golden period, was a golden period in Indian music. Okay, very, very good. So as D. Mohammed says, we can't use that with single years. Okay, but not all eras do use the. Most of them do, but not all of them. So if we're talking about ancient Rome, or medieval Europe, or modern times, or classical Greece, we do not use the before these, but most of the time with eras we do. Okay, so let's see if there's any questions. Okay, lots and lots of people saying how long they've been learning English for. Good. So here we can see I like music from 1970. Good. But if you want to talk about the decade, I like music from the 1970s. Okay, and the Stone era is an important age to study. In English, we call it the Stone Age. The Stone Age is an important time to study, or an important era to study. Very, very good example. And how about ancient Egypt? Also, the ancient Egypt, no the. And the way you can remember this is if it is followed by a place name, we don't usually have the. Okay. Okay. On we go. So we're going to do a quick test of what we have learned so far. Which of these should we use the with? We've got 4 examples. I want you to tell me which ones use the. Okay, sorry, just getting a bit of water. It's thirsty work doing this. I got the lamp on here. It's very hot. Whew. So, what do you think? Natasha was born in late. And what do we call this? When we've got this year, we can say the 2000s, or you might hear people say the noughties. So Natasha was born in late noughties. Next, October is my favorite month of the year. My party will be on Saturday before my birthday. And Jenna wishes she was born in swinging 60s. What do you think? So we've got Anil going 4, 1, 3, and 4. 3 and 4, 1, 3 and 4, 1, 4. 1, 3, 4. So lots of you going for 1, 3, 4. And I'm happy that you are, because yes, that indeed is the correct one. So Natasha was born in the late 2000s, and we say that because we're talking about a decade. October does not have the. My party will be on the Saturday before. So remember, before or after we use the. And then the last one, number 4, Jenna wishes she was born in the swinging 60s. And the word swinging, I put it in to make it a bit more difficult for you, is a nickname. The swinging 60s is a nickname for the 60s in the West, for the swinging 60s, nickname for the 1960s. Okay, so good work. And as Latanya says, only the second one doesn't need the. Good work. Right then. Rule number 3, on we go. Use the with parts of the day and parts of the week. So again, we look at some examples. I love watching the sunrise in the morning. Let's meet at the park in the afternoon. I take a nap in the middle of the day, or Susie will go to Hong Kong on the weekend. So we can talk about specific times of the day or of the week using the, so the middle of the day. Okay. There are some exceptions, of course, and I want you to tell me the exceptions. Which ones do we not use the with? Okay, so we talk about in the morning, in the afternoon, in the middle of the day, on the weekend. Which ones do we not do this with? We use a different word. Get your answers coming in. And Janaya has gone for at night. Okay. We got good midnight, midday. We say at midday. At night. Sorry, so many answers coming in. I've lost the ones I want to pick up. So at noon, at night, at midday, at midnight. Rita, very, very good. Good work. And let's have a look here. And that's it. And at dawn, good example. So there are some exceptions where we use at, but in general, the specific times of the day, we will be using in the morning, in the afternoon, in the middle of the day. Very, very good. Okay. We also don't use the with non-specific times. So I see this mistake lots with my students. So things like breakfast, lunchtime, break, bedtime, we don't use the in the evening. Yes, Roshan, very, very good. Okay, I can see lots of examples coming in, and I'll come to them in a second. But let's meet at lunchtime. I'll see you at break. Fatima reads her children a story at bedtime. So one more time, we don't use the with non-specific times, like breakfast, lunchtime, break, bedtime. Okay, or at sunrise. Very, very good. So let's take a look at some examples. Okay, I like cooking every day in the morning. I like cooking in the morning every day. So usually say, I like cooking in the morning every day. Good. I love watching the evening language program of BBC. Good, glad to have you here. So nice examples, everybody. Good work. Okay, let's go on to the fourth one. Our fourth rule of the day. We use the before ordinal numbers. Now, maybe some of you don't know the word or the words ordinal numbers. Can anybody tell me what it means? Okay, get the answers in. What does ordinal mean? And I'll give you a quick second to get it in before I explain it. Dun, dun, dun. I'll give you an example. 2nd, 5th, 10th, 20th. Aha, we're coming in. Yes, we got it here. The 1st, the 2nd, the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd. All right, yes. Ordinal numbers is a number defining the position of something in a series, such as 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. So we're putting stuff in order. And let's look at some examples. We use the when we talk about the first week of August, the 2nd Monday in October, the 15th of July, the 10th of September, or the last Saturday of the month. So we're putting it in an order, in a sequence, in part of a bigger whole. Then we use the first week of August, the 2nd Monday in October. Let's not do that. What I want you to do is practice these, please. Okay, so could you practice using the with ordinal numbers? Okay, so let's take a look. So you might say you were born on the 4th of August. Okay, Friday the 4th. Aha. Got a very good question from Yuko. Okay. Could we say the Friday the 4th? No. So if you're putting the day first, we say Friday the 4th. Friday the 4th. if we're putting the date first, we say the 4th of July, the 6th of September, the 11th of October. So it depends what you put first. If you put the day of the week first, no the, apart from the rules we spoke about earlier. Okay, let's go. The 13th with the TH of August is my birthday. Okay, it's coming soon. Happy birthday in advance. Okay, this was one that we all felt, or certainly in Europe it was felt. The last week of July was the hottest, wasn't it? The last week was so hot, very, very good. On the 20th of August, I'm going shopping in London. Elin, very, very good. Okay, and let's take a look. And the second Sunday of May is Mother's Day. So with ordinal numbers, very, very good. So we are going to check the first question again. So I told you at the start that we'd look at it at the end, now that we've checked the rules, because there was a lot of variety at the start of the lesson. So which sentence is not correct? I go shopping on Fridays. I play football on first Friday of the month. I will travel home on the Friday before your party. And this time, especially because you've seen the answer, I expect you all to get it right. But can you tell me why? So this time, we want to know, why is this the correct answer? And I will eagerly await your answers. So this time, I am glad to say that there is much less variety. And most of you are saying two. Okay, and good. But why? April, what a good student. Yes, we use the before ordinal numbers, and first is an ordinal number. So I play football on the first Friday of the month. And Cynthia is saying it as well. Good. And so is Vilma. And lots and lots of you saying the same thing here. So very, very good. So one more time. The first answer is a regular use of the day of the week. So we don't need the definite article. The third answer, we use the when talking about specific days before or after, but the second one is an ordinal, so we should use the. Whew, very, very good work, everybody. And we've got 1.5 minutes to finish off the lesson. I would like to use this to take any questions you have, or if you want to use some practice and use any examples from what we have learned today, now is the time. Okay. And while I'm waiting for that, one last reminder, if you are enjoying today's class, if you found it useful, if you think, oh, I'm starting to understand that, but would like a little bit more practice, be sure to hit the link that's in the comments. It is there. It's there for you. It's a lovely worksheet printed off. You can do it online, write it in a notebook. It is it's a useful resource for you. Okay. Now we got the winter time or winter time. So the seasons, okay, are a little bit complicated, and that's why I didn't include it in today's lesson. Most of the time, we use seasons without the. So if you are unsure, you can just, I would recommend just saying winter time. However, English is complicated and native speakers like to play with the language a bit. Sometimes some native speakers will use the, specifically if it is doing something special within that season. So it snows in winter. Okay, yes, we know that, that's normal. But you go, oh, I go skiing in the winter. It's something a bit different that I'm doing. It's within maybe a limited time within the bigger season, but in general, most of the time we say in winter, in summer, in spring. Americans might say in the fall. Their word for autumn is fall, and they often say the fall. Good question. Complicated answers. Okay, let's. Okay. My mom was born on the 1st of December. Is it correct? Yes, it is. Very, very good. Thank you, Ileana, for your comments. Vic, I will be in Dubai on the. I'll be in the first week. I'll be in Dubai on the first week. Okay, I will be on the first week. I'll be in Dubai the first week. I'm not sure why. Let me have a think about this. I will be in Dubai for the first week. I'm not sure why that isn't correct, Vic. It doesn't sound quite right to me. I will be in Dubai in the first week of October. In the first week of October. In the first week of October. Very good. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining. Okay, questions. Lots of good examples. Okay. Yes, I have a question. Keep them coming in. Very good. Okay. Same time next Thursday, everybody. I couldn't take all your questions. I was looking for one that was, would be useful for many people. I couldn't quite find it. So I'm going to say that's it. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining. Of course, we hope to see you next week. Same time, same place. Have a lovely morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are. That's it for me. Bye.